And because we've all unanimously agreed that the intros don't have to be funny, the countdown to Comic-Con begins. We are less than a week away.
So we're gonna start with 7, 6, 5.
We're not.
Now?
No.
It's not now.
Which you're right. That is less than a week. But if it was that close, I probably wouldn't gone with the whole week thing, and maybe like we're less than a minute away. If that were the case. So is what I think I would do, but I don't know.
Shit funny, because dude, that was an awful intro.
We agreed that they didn't have to be funny. That was not funny.
You have to have substance, motherfucker. You just
That was substance. It's a comic heavy episode. Lots of comic stuff right before Comic-Con.
Yes, comics have substance.
Well,
What are you, like a PSA dude?
Are you the CBLDF now?
I don't know what that means.
Comic Book Legal Defense Fund, started by Neil Gaiman. It's out to fight the comic books code, saying that it's unconstitutional.
No idea what you're talking.
We go to their booth every year.
Yeah, we do.
You and I have been there every year. Anyways, with me as always, facing in the up their way is Fig Bird Steven. How's it going, buddy?
That's me. I'm doing all right. It's been a long fucking week, and Comcast is mostly fixed as far as I can tell. Haven't had a drop yet. So
Less drops. Yay. And then over here, to my right, Zors, that's going to be Archangel of Light, spelled ridiculously, but that's my buddy Eduardo. How you doing, buddy?
I do want to mention that we were still hosting Metagame Network, so nobody saw any of that until I unhosted it right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean...
So that intro totally blew for everybody who didn't see it. It's okay.
Yeah, it's just for the home audience. Only the people who are nice enough to download us are going to get the shitty intro now. Yep, everybody else just gets to jump right in.
Punishing our diehard audio listeners.
Anyways, so with
actually, it's an exclusive intro that only they get.
It's an exclusive intro you can only get at our Comic-Con podcast. Is that sounding familiar to anyone? I'm not bitter or anything.
Not bitter or anything.
So jumping right into our Comic-Con episode, there's something we talked about for a while. I think it was even still a rumor when we talked about it, if we went back and actually did research on ourselves, but why would we do that? So Marvel is finally doing their big reboot that, they were going to do after DC did a big reboot, because why not jump on that fucking bandwagon? So
good news or bad news?
It's whatever news. It's not. It could use a reboot, I guess, if they do it right. But New 52's reboot wasn't really a reboot. Like, nothing really reset. Stuff had still happened. It wasn't like every issue started when Batman becomes Batman, Flash becomes the Flash, Green Lantern becomes Green Lantern. They all came in the middle. They've all already been Green Lantern and already done things for years. They were just using exposition to explain the stuff that did happen and ignore the stuff that didn't happen. So it ended up not mattering, and I'm kind of assuming that's what's going to happen with these based on the titles that there are. This is like, it's not a reboot. It's just, we're changing our lineup and making more defined continuity. That's all it is.
It's a good thing.
They're condensing.
Okay.
But they finally announced what the lineup is going to be. And we had all done some fantasy builds, and I know they're probably kind of hard to remember, but you can think. You guys both know the Marvel comics well enough to...
If you start listing what they do, and I go, I said that one, then that's...
Yeah, well, and you guys know enough to, listen to the list and know that, I wouldn't have ever picked that, or, oh, yeah, that was totally on there. So I just wanted to go through it really quick and just, see how you guys feel about the new lineup.
That's how it goes.
So first up is A-Force. A-Force is going to be an all-female superhero team. Which actually looks like, from the cover, it looks like they're trying to say it's actually all of the females. It's just all of them.
Okay.
Everybody who's a female superhero. I feel like it's kind of pandery, personally. Why not just have your Wonder Woman? Why not let's make a new chick hero who's supposed to stand for that kind of thing, and then everybody else can just do what they were already doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know. But if somebody likes it and cool. If this is the thing that gives some girls self-confidence and gets girls into superheroes, then cool. I'm for it. I don't know. I just think it's a little silly, but...
Yeah, well, I mean, there's been so much stuff around, equality in games and all other bullshit.
Again, I understand. I'm not saying there shouldn't be a girl one. I just mean to make it a point to do an all-girl team. Why not just have some stronger female leads, is all I'm saying. It serves the same purpose. I think that's a classier way of doing it. But whatever. If it's good, it's good. You know what I mean?
Right. That's always been my stance. If something's good, it's good. I don't care what its reasons behind it or what it is. I don't care what the characters are like. If it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. So,
That's fair.
Eduardo, feelings?
I honestly think that making it an all-women team for the sake of making it an all-women team, meh. But if there's something like, oh no, there's something about the, like, you know, Y chromosome that is making people fucking crazy.
No, so this isn't an alt world. Everything that's going to be named is all one universe, one canon.
Yeah,
so it's like the New 52 in that sense. There's no more side universes we're condensing. It's all one universe.
Yeah, then I'm definitely kind of suspicious. Then
yeah, you feel the same way I do. It's a little pandery.
A little bit. I'm just wondering, like, what is the point? Why does it have to be this way?
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, yeah, and if they give a good reason, then it's good. Great.
So next up, I'm actually curious, and I think I probably trashed it earlier in the podcast, but I've come back and rewatched it. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
I hated the first season. The first season's not good, but really,
okay,
after that first season, the show's actually really good. I really enjoyed the second
season's really good.
and I'm excited for the third. I like what they're doing with the Inhumans, because it kind of seems like they're going, hey, Fox, we have another group of mutants that we can just replace mutants with. They added in the Inhumans and just went, yeah, those are mutants now. Don't need your bullshit! Bye-bye. So, and it kind of looks like that's what they're doing with, you know, they're getting the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. into the comic universe, so now that they can be part of canon and it can run alongside the movies a little better,
Yeah.
I might actually read this. I like Coulson as a character, I like Fitzsimmons, and now that they're onto a better plotline, I think it'll work.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm definitely in the same
in.
boat there. I enjoyed what I've seen of the show, which is all of the first two seasons. I don't know if there's anything else.
The third hasn't started yet, so...
Okay. I don't pay that much attention to release dates of shows and stuff, so I wasn't sure. But yeah,
Soon,
I finally
actually.
sat down and watched the rest of season 2, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I need to
a lot
finish
better.
the Agent... whatever her
Carter?
name is.
Yeah, I need to watch Agent Carter.
I need to finish that. I watched about half of it, but I haven't finished it.
Yeah, I'm about the same way, but yeah, so far I'm liking what I see.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to binge that one. So next up is this is actually the title of the comic.
Okay.
All New, All Different Avengers.
Okay.
So it looks like the team
they
is...
mentioned the lineup for it then?
Yes, well, not by name, so there's some people in mask here that I'm assuming, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
So on the cover we see female Thor, which we have learned is Carol Danvers, Natalie Portman in the movies, Thor's love interest.
Oh, okay.
She's Thor now.
I can see how that could fit.
The Vision.
Fair enough.
Ms. Marvel.
Okay.
Captain America, who is Falcon now, if you recall. So the guy who was in the movie, the black dude with the wings, he's Captain America now, which is actually more or less his Falcon costume painted in red, white, and blue. But he's Captain America now.
Okay.
Iron Man, which is just a guy in the Iron Man suit. I don't know if it's Tony. I don't know if it's if it's an unmanned suit. I just know it's Iron Man.
Okay.
Then you got Nova thrown on there, which is cool. I like Nova as a character. I'd like to see him in more stuff.
Are you sure it's Iron Man? Could it be War Machine by chance?
No, it is. It is definitely colored in red and gold.
Okay. Just wanted to double check that.
Yeah. No, definitely red and gold. And then there's a Spider-Man, which is in red and black, and I'm assuming that that's Miles Morales because they did say he was coming into this universe now.
Probably, yeah.
So I think that's Miles and not Peter, which is cool. I actually really like the Miles character, from what I hear. I have not read a lot of his stuff. So here's an interesting one. All new Wolverine. So if you remember just a few months ago, we were talking about they were doing a big run on Wolverine dying, and they were like, he's staying dead. And then I found out they were rebooting, and I was like, motherfuckers, they're taking it back. You know, Wolverine's going to come right back in this reboot? Nope.
Okay.
So the Wolverine comic stars X-23, his daughter. She's taking over the Wolverine mantle. The Wolverine mantle.
Okay.
Wolverine's still dead.
Okay.
Still dead.
Wait. So you're telling me they actually decided to keep to what they said and kill off Wolverine and keep him dead?
Wolverine is dead.
And not only that, but I get to see the way his daughter turns out?
Yes.
I'm in.
Yeah, she's actually a really fun character. I like her.
Okay. I'm down with that. I can get behind that.
Is she
Will she have her
actually
own
his
comic
daughter
as well?
in this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's his daughter. She might be a clone daughter, but she's his daughter.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought she was a clone.
I believe she's a clone daughter.
Just with the Avengers.
Huh?
Her own runs as well, or just with the Avengers?
No, this is her own comic. It's called All New Wolverine, starring her.
Okay.
And she's in the Wolverine suit.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for that. So there is
check that out.
All New X-Men. And from what I can see, it looks like we get Beast with no blue fur.
Okay.
Jean Grey, Cyclops, Angel, and Iceman. So it really is the original X-Men lineup. Which I actually thought they weren't going to do it all because of the movies. I thought they were going to pull a Fantastic Four and go fuck you too, but it looks like they're just trying to use Classic, which the movies already confirmed is not this lineup of Classic because it was different guys. And they're, for the other X-Men ones that we'll get to in a little bit, they're using different X-Men. So it looks like they're more just skirting around it in the comics. But, at least they're represented. I don't know if I'd actually read this, though.
Yeah, I mean...
It's got a really classic look. The cover shows them in just, dressed down, not in suits, driving around in a Volkswagen van.
Oh, okay.
And then up top is them in the suits. And they actually have really classic-looking suits, too.
Lug bus.
The suits that they do show, though, are blue and gold spandex, like they should be. So,
yeah, there should be the spandexy ridiculousness.
Then there's going to be Amazing Spider-Man, Peter Parker, in a Spider-Man run. It is Peter Parker in this one. So, something we all figured would be there. Only thing I don't like, the redesign has mesh webbing under his armpits.
Oh, he has like a weird, but
that's happened before.
I know, and I've never liked it, but they're bringing it back, and I think it looks terrible. I hate it. Why does he need to be a flying squirrel?
I don't know. Maybe that's what they wanted.
But again, it's happened before. This isn't that far off.
And he has a car now. Drives up walls and shit.
That has also happened before.
I know, and I never liked that either, because I was always like, why? He can already just do that.
Yeah, I mean...
Is it just in case he needs to do that faster? Either way. So, next up, Angela, Asgard Assassin. So, if you remember the whole kerfuffle with Angela, this is the Angela from Spawn. There was a legal battle. McFarlane and Neil Gaiman were in a legal battle. Mm-hmm. Shit happened. I'm going to spare the big long story. We've actually done it. It's in a previous episode. But there was a big long thing. Gaiman actually ended up retaining the rights to a couple of characters he created for Spawn. And then in a move of fuck you McFarlane, he gave them to Marvel. Just gave them. He's not even writing on the comic.
Yeah. I think he licensed them too.
Yeah. So, I'm sure he's getting paid, but...
Right.
Yeah, he's not actually working on it. It's not a passion project. He's just giving it to them because he hates that guy, and he knows that guy hates Marvel. So I love it. They lumped her in with Thor, so she's no longer an angel who fights Spawn. She is a Valkyrie from Thor's time and one of his people. And now this is about her.
That's actually her new backstory.
Yeah.
I thought she was still an angel.
Nope. She is a Valkyrie.
Alright.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Ant-Man, which this one I have gotten a little bit of word on what's happening in this, and I like where they're going. So they're following suit that the movie is, which obviously they already said this was going to try and help the movies along better. So it's Scott Lang as Ant-Man instead of Hank Pym. He's still a recovering criminal, or I don't know what you call that. Recovering criminal, right?
No, I think criminal? It's reformed.
Reformed, okay. So he's leading a group of other criminals into trying to be heroes.
Okay.
It's his little mission to hey, you don't have to do this.
Are we talking about criminals or supervillains?
They are supervillains. It looks like a torpedo tornado, something like that. I can't remember. And then the dude in the bear suit. Their names are all escaping me right now, but looking at them, they're all supervillains.
Nice.
So it's kind of like a Suicide Squad, but kind of not. I don't know. Okay. I like it. I might actually pick this one up.
I'm curious. Do we have anything with what's his douche? The breaking the what is it? Caught it just up ahead.
We're getting there.
Okay.
Captain Marvel. She's gonna get her own running series, which is cool. She's kind of becoming their Wonder Woman, their front name Stargirl, and now that they can actually call her Captain Marvel again because DC finally gave him the name back, she's kind of taking some more. Yeah. That he's called Shazam, she's called Captain Marvel, the end. It's over.
Oh, okay.
No more back and forth.
It's about time, to be perfectly honest.
It really is. It was really dumb and really confusing, and now it just makes sense for everybody. Here's a weird one. Carnage getting his own running series.
I don't know how I feel about that, but
Neither do I.
Checking it out. He's my favorite character from the Spider-Man universe.
See, he's always been oddly popular, is one thing I realized, and I don't get it, but... hey, I always like Venom a lot more because
we're getting there.
A lot more sense.
Yeah, you're going to take that back in a few minutes here, but we're getting there.
All right. Go on.
But either way, so Carnage, the tagline for it is Descent into Madness. So I don't know. If they really explore the character and the madness, I'm into it. But this is one I want to hear that it's good before I pick it up. Because I was burnt by the goddamn Deathstroke comic. That sucked. Hated it. Contest of Champions. This one looks like I can't remember the guy's name. He's a version of the Hulk from an alternate timeline where he killed everyone. He won and caused the apocalypse. So now he's come to this universe, and it's called Contest of Champions, where he's taken all of the best versions of all of the best heroes from all of the universes, and he's making them duke it out.
Okay.
It could be interesting. Yeah, it's like Battle Royale with superheroes, I guess, maybe. It should be interesting, to say the least. I like the design of that Hulk character. Like, he carries Captain America's shield and Thor's hammer, has some Stark armor on him, but he's a Hulk. Right. It's kind of dope.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I might check that out. Again, that's one I want to hear is better. Then there's going to be new Daredevil. I like the look of it. It looks really dark. He has a sidekick who's carrying a staff, which apparently online people were saying is going to be Gambit. They've already come out and confirmed that's not Gambit. It's some other guy. The tagline for it is The Devil's Apprentice. Huh?
It's going to be related at all to the Netflix show?
I would assume it's going to be darker like the Netflix show, but it's called The Devil's Apprentice, and from the look of it, they're trying to go for a more Batman feel. This is about a guy and his young ward he's training.
Okay.
Yeah, I could actually get into this depending on how dark it's written, but this could be really fun. I might actually pick up Daredevil as well.
I love how, like, last year when we were talking about this stuff, or whenever it was, like, literally your thing about Marvel and DC was fuck them, you know? Now you're like...
I mean, again, if they're done right, but I got on board for a bunch of the DC ones, and I tell you, I'm not collecting any New 52 anymore. There's a few I probably should pick up because I wasn't that disinterested with them and I could read more, but most of them I'm just plain done with.
Right, I get you. I'm just saying it's kind of a testament to Marvel being, you know, willing to change some stuff around that gives you a little bit of interest. That's a good thing. I'm not making fun of you. I'm saying, you know, good on you, Marvel. You know, good on you.
It's kind of weird though, because with the New 52 they killed a bunch of books while they were still doing really well, and
I mean, Marvel's doing the same, though. Not everything's making a comeback. So just to get through it, because I know we're on a time crunch and you guys got stuff. Deadpool, of course, getting his own comic.
I was going to say, if Deadpool's not on there.
Yeah, so that one's getting its own. Doctor Strange getting his own running comic, of course, because the movie's coming out.
Yeah.
Drax getting his own comic.
That could be interesting.
It could be fun. I like the character enough. Extraordinary X-Men. So the lineup appears to be Nightcrawler, Storm, Colossus, Old Man Logan, which we'll get to in a little bit, but it's specifically Old Man Logan. A young Jean Grey.
Okay.
So they're still fucking around with time, I take it.
Apparently. And then a blonde girl who I'm guessing is a take on... oh god, I already forgot her name. The Diamond Lady. She was in the most recent movies. Frost. Emma Frost. I'm guessing it's Emma Frost, but honestly, I can't tell who it is. But it's interesting that it's specifically Old Man Logan in here. So, I don't know. It might be worth reading. Another new one, Guardians of the Galaxy is, of course, getting one.
Who would have thought?
Huge departure in the lineup.
Okay.
So the team is currently led by Rocket Raccoon. Drax is there. Groot is there.
That's it.
Venom is there.
What?
And the Thing from Fantastic Four is there because there is no Fantastic Four series at all.
Yep, that's right. They were not going to do a Fantastic Four.
It's gone. There's no Fantastic Four, so Ben Grimm is on there.
Didn't you say before that the Thing had some clout in the Outsiders universe, whatever the fuck they called it, the space like time frames? Wasn't the Thing somewhere in there, or was it the Hulk?
Hulk.
Oh, okay.
So also it features Star-Lord, but Star-Lord is female. So the running theory is, for whatever reason, Quill has to leave, and he has recently married Shadowcat in regular continuity. They think they're going to carry that marriage over into the new reboot, and that she's wearing the mask while he's somewhere else. That's the current theory.
Okay.
But that's what we got.
Okay, interesting.
Hawkeye.
I imagine this is going to tie into the movies, too, which is an interesting thing to think about.
Remember, nothing is tying in, it's just supposed to better reflect. They are supposed to be similar, but they are not supposed to be the same.
Oh, okay.
So in other words, there's no plan to put Ben Grimm and Venom in Guardians of the Galaxy ever. That's not a thing.
Well, they couldn't really grab Venom, as far as I can
tell.
They
can't grab Ben Grimm either.
Right.
So it's just retooling. Hawkeye getting his own series. What's interesting is on the cover, it looks like old Hawkeye, so I'm wondering if this isn't part of the Old Man Logan section of things, which again we'll get to. But it's Hawkeye. So
right, what else we got?
Should be fun. Howard the Duck. It's called Howard the Duck. Yes, again.
Nice.
Alright, anything else?
Oh no, there's lots more. Howling Commandos of S.H.I.E.L.D. This is a section of S.H.I.E.L.D. that is all monsters. So Man-Thing is there, the Wolfman is there, a vampire is there, it looks like there's a zombie member of S.H.I.E.L.D.
So are they just trying to look at Universal and be like...
that, or it's their take, because remember, DC did Frankenstein and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which actually I really fucking liked. And they canceled it. So, I don't know, maybe I'll try this? Maybe I'll borrow it from somebody? But it's not the weirdest thing, but it's still pretty fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of left field. And it kind of seems like a direct,
like monsters, right?
I mean,
not like...
Well, it doesn't say it's the Wolfman, but it's a werewolf. I'm looking at it. It's a werewolf. Like, I don't know. But it's just funny that it's called Howling Commandos of S.H.I.E.L.D., and the other one was Frankenstein Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. It sounds like the DC Marvel...
pissing contest.
Yeah.
There's one called Illuminati. I know nothing about it. It looks weird. There's some people who I'm sure I should recognize at the bottom that I don't. And the tagline is just Forever Evil.
I feel like that's going to be a Twitch thing.
It might. So then, Incredible Iron Man. Who didn't see that coming?
Is that the Hulk as the Iron Man?
That's exactly what it is. No, it's just Iron Man with a more...
As long as it's not the Colossal Knot, I'm okay.
It's gone. Karnak is getting his own comic. Karnak is one of the Inhumans who's just kind of lesser used. So instead of being a whole Inhumans book, we're just going to focus on the adventures of this dude, which is kind of interesting. We've never, I don't think there's ever been, besides Black Bolt, I don't think any of them have ever had their own. At least not as a running thing and not like a mini-series, so it's cool. And it's cool that they went with, not Black Bolt or Medusa. They went with fucking Karnak. Like, have either of you two ever heard of Karnak?
I also don't know many of the Inhumans.
Tell me a superpower and I'll probably know who you're talking about.
But that's what I mean. Neither of you two recognize him by name, and he's getting his own standalone book out of nowhere. So, it's cool.
For him?
It's kind of what they did with the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Doesn't mean it's going to be bad.
Yeah. So, The Mighty Thor, which is not Thor. The Mighty Thor is...
Is it the female Thor?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, it's not going to be the female Thor, and I'm just sitting there going...
And it looks like she's cancery or something, because they're doing like one of those split face things where half of her's all Thor powered up and the other half isn't, and she's bald and her nose is bleeding on the side that isn't. And then the tag is, the flesh may be weak, but the thunder is strong. So I think she's dying or something. I don't know. I'm not following it.
I feel like that's a very...
That makes me think of Ogilvy.
Well, that makes me think she's trying to seduce me.
Moving on. Miss Marvel, and they have her there with a bunch of Inhumans, so I'm guessing this is a more spacey themed kind of one.
Okay.
But from the art that's on the cover, I don't care for it. The New Avengers, which is the Avengers in the future, I believe. That, or there's two running groups of Avengers, and these are the young ones, so this is their take on Teen Titans? I'm not sure.
Oh wait, the New Avengers, is this like the kids of the current Avengers?
It might be. I do see like a... I don't know who any... There's like a young Hawkeye, there's a young blonde Hulk. I don't know who any of these people are.
There was a TV show about their kids and how Ultron wins and takes over. It's on Netflix.
I think I have that and I haven't watched it yet. There has always been a group called the New Avengers. I just don't know if this is a group of Avengers in the future or if this is just the young ones. But I guess we'll find out. It looks interesting. Nova is getting his own series. Actually, it looks like they're getting their own series. It looks like it's going to be about all the Novas. The Nova Corps. Yeah. So that should be cool. Old Man Logan, which I'm so fucking happy is in here. So Old Man Logan was this one-off that they ran a while ago about Logan in the future. And basically, he's sworn off killing. He's just like, I don't do that anymore. I'm a farmer now. I just farm corn. And so the world has fallen into disarray because there was this big coup and all the heroes were killed and the villains have split up territories and they all rule the world now, right? And Hawkeye shows up one day and he's blind and he's like, look, dude, I'm a drug runner now. And honestly, I just need help. I can pay you a bunch. I know you're not doing well. I know your whole family's dead because you live forever and you've outlived them. Just fucking come with me and be my bodyguard. I'll pay you well and you won't have to worry about shit anymore. And he's just like, fuck it. You know, what point do I have? I'm not killing anybody. I'm just going to be your driver, okay? I'm just going to drive you there because you're blind, dude. Amazing story. So fucking brutal. I was sad that it was a one-off. They're making it into a running series. So it sounds like this is going to be years after. Somehow he's broken out of the adamantium and the world has fallen into disarray. And now we get Old Man Logan, who is also apparently going back in time and joining the X-Men. I'm not going to read that. I'm not concerned with it. But I will read the fuck out of Old Man Logan because that first one was awesome. It was so good.
Let's check it out.
Just like some of the highlights from it. The taken over the West Coast, but the Hulks were bred by Hulk and She-Hulk, who's his cousin, so they're all a bunch of inbred, nasty, redneck Hulk hillbillies, and that's who runs everything now, is inbred, nasty Hulk babies. In the center, there's just a crater that's called Magneto's territory, and they never go there. They make sure to go around that. There's Kingpin territory, but the Kingpin isn't Wilson Fisk. It's just a bunch of mob leaders who've taken over a section, and every once in a while somebody kills another and becomes the new Kingpin. And right now, one of their top assassins is Peter Parker's daughter, who's she has his powers, but she's fucking evil, and she wants to be the new Kingpin. Fuck y'all. Like, no, dude, that comic was off the hook.
Sounds good.
So I'm glad it's becoming a running series. Right, and I'm wondering if that's not the Hawkeye, since he was old.
Right.
That might be part of the Old Man Logan canon, so years in the future.
Yeah.
Next up, Sam Wilson, Captain America. So this is the Spotlight comic on the new Falcon Captain America. And it says, who do you stand with? And it shows an old guy in a Captain America costume walking away. So I'm guessing, I know Steve's Super Serious Soldier is worn off, so he's old now. So I'm guessing it's going to be like a political thing. One's advising and one disagrees.
Maybe.
I'm not going to read it. Scarlet Witch getting her own, of course. If you saw Age of Ultron, you'll understand that. Silk. So, you guys remember that spider that bit Peter Parker?
Yeah.
We're having a comic based off that spider?
Nobody ever squished that spider. And it's in New York. Do you really think it never bit anyone else? That's what this is.
Not necessarily, I mean...
So, but that's sort of this premise, is that spider bit someone else. So she's been like the... they actually introduced this character a while ago, and she's coming back for her own series now. So she's been a spider person just as long as Peter has all of his powers, but she's not famous because she's just a street criminal. That's just what she's chosen to do with it this whole time, is street crime.
Okay.
And she adds to why Spider-Man has such a bad rep with some people. It's because she's been out there committing street crime with similar powers. So she's kind of getting her own now.
Okay, should be cool, I guess.
Spider-Gwen. Along the same time...
That's right.
I'm just going to say this right now. I immediately imagined Gwen Stefani as Spider-Man.
Gwen Stacy.
I know, but I went to Gwen Stefani in my head.
Fair enough. So
she's like on stage swinging around on fucking ropes and shit. And by ropes, of course, I mean webs.
Yes.
Less interesting, yours.
Around the same time Silk was introduced, there was this whole Universal Spider-Man convergence thing where Spider-Mans from different universes showed up. One of them was an instance where Gwen got bit instead of Peter. That was just the whole switch, was just somebody else got bit, but from the same class. And apparently it was a really interesting, really good run, enough to where people really liked the character, and so they decided to bring it back and give her own. I haven't read it myself, but apparently it's good.
I'm still going to imagine it as Gwen Stefani.
That's fair. Spider-Man.
No doubt it'll be pretty decent.
So remember we had Amazing Spider-Man. This one is just called Spider-Man, and it's the black and red suit, so I'm assuming this is the Miles... Oh yeah, so welcome to the Marvel Universe, Miles Morales. Hope you survived the experience. So this is Miles' introduction into mainstream canon. Out of the Ultimate Universe into the main universe. So that's cool. Fun character. Spider-Man 2099. So this is another future jump. I don't know if this is the same time frame as Old Man Logan, but it's about Spider-Man in the future.
It's probably not, because Spider-Man 2099 has already been established.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were combining them or what. I don't know.
I mean, I guess they could be, but I really like Spider-Man 2099. because it wasn't like Peter Parker old. It really was
a new guy.
New guy, and it was nice to see that they were like, well, the Spider-Man can survive, and it wasn't the exact same powers. It was just similar. So I enjoyed it.
Would you check out this?
Yeah, I'm probably going to check it out. At least initially, but it depends on what they do with him.
Cool, fair enough. Spider-Woman. Here's the twist. You ready for it?
It's Gwen Stefani.
She's pregnant.
Oh,
wait, wasn't Spider-Woman gay?
Yeah, that's what I thought. But the thing is, parent by day, hero by night. She's pregnant. Spider-Woman. There you go.
I guess just because she's gay doesn't mean she can't have a kid.
Okay, right? That's fair.
So,
how is she's gonna get punched in the stomach while she has a baby?
That's more.
She gonna dodge bullets while she that's just not safe. That's being a bad parent.
It's not safe, but I mean, really, if
it's bad parent.
Maybe she already has the baby,
and this is just them like showing it off.
Yeah,
maybe
having a kid.
Maybe, I don't know. It's not safe. Squadron Supreme, which is basically, from what I've read, Marvel's answer to the Justice League. And yeah, from the cover, there's like a Superman, a Wonder Woman, a black guy with cornrows who I assume runs fast and is their version of the Flash. There's a Lantern-esque person. No, I mean literally based on what I'm seeing here. I'm pretty sure that's what that.
Fast?
I didn't make it. I'm just telling you that's what it fucking looks like. Okay. But yeah, so I don't know. Sure. Star-Lord getting his own. But the tagline is feels like the very first time, so I'm guessing this is earlier continuity of him first getting to space before he meets the Guardians.
Okay.
This is really the name of this comic.
Ah.
The Totally Awesome Hulk.
Great.
I'm not making this up. And the tagline is, "Who is the Hulk?" So apparently, might not be Bruce.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah.
Or is this more of an existential, like...
Actually, that's one thing I heard, is it's more about a banner between, is Bruce Banner the Hulk? Is the Hulk? Are they one thing? That's another theory, so yeah. You're not far off there. Ultimates. So, ultimate problems need ultimate solutions. It looks like it's Black Panther and people that I don't recognize fighting Galactus.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. It might be interesting, though. I don't know. Uncanny Avengers. Interesting lineup. Deadpool.
Okay.
Spider-Man. Somebody who looks like Quicksilver but is wearing a weird costume, and if that's his new costume, that's weird. Somebody who has Katana's symbol but on her chest and not on her face, but I'm guessing is the redesign of Katana. I think that's Rogue. The Human Torch. Cable. And some black guy in a voodoo shaman outfit.
Okay.
Tagline, fighting for humanity, inhumanity, mutants, and Deadpool. Okay, so I guess this is going to be a combination of humans, inhumans, mutants, and Deadpool. That's what this group is to keep the peace between those three factions.
Just a mutant?
No. Artificial. Didn't have any powers before he was experimented on.
But
it's artificial. Artificials don't count as mutants. Mutants is because of a gene.
Okay. I mean, I'm not that heavy in the comics.
Yeah, wait, his healing factor...
is not natural.
Really?
He got the healing factor to try and cure his cancer.
I knew that he was supposed to be like an experiment or whatever, but...
And the teleporting is part of his belt. It's not a power. It's a tool. It's a gadget.
Okay.
Uncanny Inhumans, so there's their run. And Beast from the X-Men is part of the Inhumans now.
Okay.
It's just an interesting call.
Well, I don't understand how he even applies.
I think it's the Human Torch. It's a guy on fire. I'm guessing it's the Human Torch.
So he's not dead anymore?
No. Remember, reboot, so they can just say that part didn't happen. Actually, he hasn't been dead for a while. They brought him back. Yeah, it could be Sunfire, but with that Uncanny Avengers, I'm guessing he's part of the Inhuman section now.
Fair enough.
So, Uncanny X-Men, which looks to be Psylocke, Oh, is it Project X? He's that white ninja who traveled with Logan for a while. I can't remember his name. He has a weird name like Project Z or something. Mystique and Sabretooth. And it looks like they're either fighting with or fighting against Magneto as the main villain or the leader.
I can't even tell anymore. Magneto's good, Magneto's bad.
Yeah. So here's where I think you're going to get disappointed, Eduardo. Venom, Space Knight.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm in. Because there's
Oh, God, they've mutilated one of my favorite Spider-Man
there's an
characters.
old comic book
Called Rom Space Knight. Yes, Venom is now part of that.
I'm in. I am so fucking in because
I hate Hero Venom.
no, Rom Space Knight was the comic book that got me into fucking comic books.
Well,
Alright? I have
Venom is now Rom.
every single fucking issue of that, and it was a pretty legit story, man.
I mean, that's what we're all... we're pretty sure it's Venom as part of the Rom Space Knight stuff.
Now, hold on, Eddie. Is that what you said about the porno you were watching last night?
Nice.
Which part?
It's a pretty legitimate story.
Not if you were watching the porn I was watching last night.
Fair enough.
Moving on, Vision getting his own comic, of course. Tagline, a bold new vision for the Marvel Universe.
Okay.
I would like to directly quote Community on this.
Okay.
Heh, gay!
Web Warriors. So earlier I mentioned that Spider-Gwen came from...
Hacksaws!
They are elite. So there was that big convergence of Spider-Men from different universes that all gathered up. This is a team of them, including the Spider-Man that is a pig. He's from a universe of sentient pigs. Actually, I think he's Spider-Pork is his name.
Harry Spider-Pig.
The best part about that is that has been an Easter egg for the longest time.
Now it's a character.
It was a really good PC Spider-Man game where you could unlock, like, the Amazing Bagman.
No, he's a real character.
Well, yes, but I'm just saying...
Actually, I believe Spider-Pork existed before as a joke, kind of like a Batmite kind of thing.
Yeah.
And now he's just a canon character.
Which came first? The Simpson episode with Spider-Pig or the actual little bit for Spider-Pig?
Actually, I would guess the character.
The character,
so?
because he was in that. He was an Easter egg in that game, like way before the Simpsons movie even came out.
Okay, but anyway, this is Spider-Gwen, Spider-Pork. Looks like a Kung Fu Spider-Man, a British Spider-Man, a female Spider-Man, and the Spider-Man from Spider-Man Noir.
Oh, and
because every team needs a Batman, No regular Spider-Man actually, not on the team.
They're all Spider-Man,
Spider-Man was not invited to this team. No Peter Parker.
Fuck that guy.
So that's it. That's the lineup. Those are all the new running Marvel comics, and that's all that's going to be running as those.
And I just want to say that fuck you for thinking that I was going to be disappointed. They took a character I like with a series that is very dear to me.
I just that new. I don't like Flash Thompson as Venom, and I don't like Hero Venom. He's not a hero. He's a monster.
You know what? I honestly think that I prefer that they make the new Venom be a hero versus taking Eddie Brock and making him a Venom hero. Because a lot of times the symbiote just takes who you already are, yeah, and fucking takes it to an extreme and makes it kind of a big thing.
That's really not how they work.
So
the symbiote has its own personality.
Yeah.
The reason, so most symbiotes refer to themselves as we, whether they want to work together or not. They recognize that they are two separate entities with two separate ideas. What makes Carnage so scary is he refers to himself as I. Him and the symbiote were so alike and so well matched, they are actually one being now.
Yeah, they like merged into one entity, if I understand it correctly. So,
but if I remember, and correct me if I'm wrong again, I know the least about DC and Marvel. When Peter had the symbiote, didn't he just, like, his own jealousies get augmented and his own, like, personal traits?
Well, that was because, as far as I understand, the symbiote was trying to push him towards something else.
Yes. The symbiote heightened those things on purpose. It did that. It wasn't just a natural thing. It's sentient. It forced those thoughts. It can do that. It can heighten those things, but really, it has its own personality, and that's kind of why I don't like Venom as a hero. Like, we're supposed to believe that all of a sudden this alien just went, nah, fuck it, I'm a good guy. I don't buy it.
How did they explain it away in the comics?
How do they do what?
How to explain that away in the comics? Why is the symbiote all of a sudden like...
I have no idea, because I'm not reading it. Apparently, if you go back and grab the last run of Guardians of the Galaxy they just did, they go back to they find the symbiote home planet. They go to the planet of the symbiotes and fight them, I guess. But maybe that'll explain more. But no, I'm not reading it. I don't like it.
Either way, I mean... Any last words on that thing? I think we should move on. It's a pretty long segment on DC or Marvel.
I told you it would be.
But it is the pre-Comic-Con episode.
I
get it. So again, any last-minute notes? Like, things you want to say? Anything last bits?
Well, I guess there's one segue-y thing that will move into what you're doing. Humble Bundle, currently doing a video game comics bundle.
Yeah.
Totally worth picking up.
I'm going to check that out after the cast, because I didn't realize they were doing that.
Mm-hmm. Just started today.
Are they including the Tomb Raider stuff?
I thought I saw Tomb Raider when I looked. Okay. Warda said he's going to look it up, so he'll let us know. But
yeah.
What a segue into what you're doing, big guy.
Just because it's the last comic-y thing, but this is more gaming related, which makes me kind of happy. The Dark Horse Comics is putting out more episodes, or new. I don't know if they're rebooting it, if they're doing a new season or whatever.
I would bet it's a reboot.
Tomb Raider. What was that?
I would bet it's a reboot.
I think it's a reboot as well. But they're doing a Tomb Raider comic, which is supposed to kind of go back to like the original kind of character.
Is it called
Tomb Raider
The
was.
Beginning?
Could be. I didn't look at the subtitle.
Because that's one of the ones that are up on the Humble Bundle right now. There's Tomb Raider: The Beginning. There's Plants vs. Zombie, Eve, and yeah.
Okay, well, either way, the point is that Dark Horse is picking up a series with Tomb Raider, which is supposed to go back to the original character as opposed to the rebooted character that came out with the most recent games that they're doing. So this is going back
the
to like
rape magnet.
Sure, that's what we gotta call it now. Point is that they're going back to the original character, and I think it's kind of cool. From what I saw of like the covers and some of the information about it, and the person who's doing it and stuff, like super exciting to see, you know, her come back as what she was before. I'm excited to see what it is. I might even pick it up just because why the fuck not? But I do have another piece of like ridiculous awesomeness for news. Did you guys hear about the dude who pre-ordered Fallout 4 with 20,000 or no, sorry,
2,200?
Yeah, 2,200 bottle caps. That's
yes.
Yes, and I think he should eat a dick.
I
thought it was genius.
Idea. It's genius.
I saw it on Reddit when he first sent it out, and he was like, "Look, I've been saving these since the first game or since the third game. You know, I would just like to pre-order. You know, I don't know what the exchange rate is, but please accept this in return."
All right.
Yeah, and the best part is Bethesda said yes.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
I love it.
No, fuck that guy. Fuck that
You're
guy
just
hard.
jealous that you didn't think of it first.
No, my problem was he actually, and they quoted him. He went ahead and actually said, well, I hope with this media attention, this pressures Bethesda into giving in. Something along those lines. I'm all
so?
Because I don't know.
Yeah, what the fuck ever, man? Like, the dude fucking did this really cool idea.
No. It was basically fucking, like, extortion. No, it's stupid.
It was adorable extortion.
No. They still could have said no.
It was adorable extortion.
They could have said no, but then they would have gotten a bunch of negative stuff too. So yeah, no, the way that like if he would have just been like, I think the idea was great, but if he would have just been like, hey, you know, look, here's a bunch of bottle caps, don't know what the exchange rate is, but I've been saving them, and then that's where he ended up. I've been like, man, that dude, good for him. He's the first one with the idea. He should be rewarded. But no, the fact that he felt like that would add pressure for them to respond. No, that just makes him a dick. I'm sorry.
I mean, but to be fair though, like let's just think about this as I'm Bethesda, right? I would never be Bethesda, but let's theoretically say Yeah. Let's theoretically say that I'm Bethesda, and this guy sends me a bunch of fucking bottle caps, right? And asks, hey, can I pre-order this game? Whether or not he wants political pressure or whatever, you know what I'm thinking to myself? PR opportunity. I don't give a flying fuck if his intentions were to make me do it or not. I'm looking at it as a person going, fuck yeah, let's do it, because he's going to get a lot of attention.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what his intents are, what he says, any of that crap. As Bethesda, I'm saying, what's $60? Nothing.
I played Game Dev Tycoon. When things like this come up, you do it because it brings you more fans.
Yes. people like go, that's cool. I'm glad this fucking company is willing to say something cool like that. I mean, honestly, there's no way Bethesda would have said no, even if he didn't say that.
No, I agree. I'm not faulting Bethesda. Like, I get why they did it, but I think this guy's a gigantic douchebag. Any sort of creative, like, kudos I would have given him or anything goes away when he starts, like, expecting shit just to happen. Like, I get it. It's a cool idea. I thought it was cool, too, when I saw, like, the headline of the article, and then I read it, and I'm like, all right, he's kind of a douche nozzle.
Whatever, he still did something cool. I don't care if he's a douche nozzle. I'm still excited to see that.
No.
But okay, this guy bought my game with the iconic goddamn fucking currency of the game from the beginning of the first.
I did think if Metro ever sends in, or ever starts a new game, you could just mail them a bunch of bullets, but then I thought that probably wouldn't go over very well.
Someone already made that joke a couple of times where it's like, oh yeah, so we can send the, the Metro devs or whatever, fucking a bunch of bullets and
get arrested.
Send them bullets, they have a lot more value than the podcast.
That's probably true, actually.
I'm just saying, but bullets are not exactly cheap. I mean, they can be bought cheaply, but they're not. Anyways, I thought it was cool, so whatever. Another piece of interesting little game-related things. TF2 has a Splatoon mod that's in prototyping right now, which I think is kind of cool because I don't have a Wii U. If I got a Wii U, then okay, that'd be cool. But because I don't have one, it's one of the few games Nintendo's put out recently where I'm like, I'd love to try that. And now apparently some people are like, fuck it, we'll make it in TF2, it'll be great.
I like this, and I don't like it all at the same time.
Right.
Because now Nintendo's not going to see any of that revenue. They don't know that you like Splatoon, and it dissuades them from making more good games, thus giving you a better reason to buy a Wii U.
Yeah. Right. I mean,
you know what I mean?
I still want them to give me a reason to buy a Wii U. And Splatoon will still be on that list of reasons why I'd like to check out, the Wii U.
Honestly, though, if you like Splatoon, the mod, are you gonna go buy a Wii U to play the real one? Honestly,
probably.
All right. I mean, I'm not gonna call you a liar and a whore, but I'm thinking it.
I no, seriously. I mean, I've been on the cusp of buying a Wii U since they started announcing some of the lineups of games I actually want that I can't get anywhere else. Like, honestly.
But why haven't you bought a 3DS then? Because it's the same thing. They have a bunch of games they've announced that you wanted to play, but you haven't bought one.
Because I have a DS.
Okay.
That's the reason. I have a DS. It plays most of the games.
I had an Xbox 360, now I have a Xbox One.
He's saying that between the DS and the 3DS, a lot of it's back compatible.
Right.
He can they're still releasing titles for the DS.
Yeah, I still get value out of my DS. It's not a dead system. Even though the 3DS has exclusive games that I can't play, it's still not a dead system, so it doesn't bother.
Okay, fair.
Point is, I think it's kind of cool. So people are like, hey, let's give some love to this cool idea, because it is a really cool idea. Like, the idea behind Splatoon is, it's unique. It's different. It's something that we haven't seen a lot of in the gaming industry, especially from a AAA...
creativity.
Who'd have fucking thunk it?
Yeah.
I thought creativity was part of game design, guys. But in sadder news, though, Mojang, or however...
Mojang.
The people that got bought out by Microsoft, they did Minecraft, all that fun shit, their trading card game, Scrolls, is being shut down this time next year. The servers will be going down. And this most recent patch they did will be the last one. And I look at that and say, that has to be Microsoft. Like, you look at it as like, Microsoft's like, that's not making money, fuck it, scrap it,
yep.
Don't care. And that's sad.
Or they have some sort of card game planned themselves.
Why not build out on that one? You already got a fucking IP. Why not? You're gonna build
big enough?
I really think...
I had never even heard of it until this happened.
Or because it kind of came out right before Microsoft bought... it didn't come out, but that's when I saw the news about its existence, was when they were purchased by Mojang, and or Microsoft. It's just kind of sad that, when a company like Microsoft picks up this smaller studio, that they're just going to start scrapping these ideas that could be really cool. I mean, I haven't played it, so I couldn't tell you for sure, but I bet you there's some interesting things to it, Like, it can't be totally awful, right? I mean...
Yeah.
Also, random Microsoft tidbit here. Did you guys hear that they just partnered with AOL, who apparently is a lot more predominant than we thought?
Actually, I work right next to an AOL building.
No, AOL has been around for a while. It's more just a company than it is a, thing that you download for,
Internet.
Yeah, so they're a lot more of a media presence than anything, is what it seems like.
Well, dude, they were running Joystick.
Yeah. No. I know. I mean, and this is something we've realized over the last 3 months when we've talked about this. But now what they've done is they're partnering for banner ads. Banner ads, and it's a specific kind of advertising. Basically, Microsoft, instead of just buying out AOL, is partnering with them to have Bing obviously compete with Google. For how Google does their click. Good luck, exactly. And this whole time, I'm literally thinking, I'm like, okay, well, Microsoft's still trying, while Yahoo's in the corner just and just a kid staring into the corner. I just thought it was weird, but
I feel like I can save Microsoft a whole lot of time.
Stop it.
Stop trying. You're really bad at it.
You bring up the AOL ad thing. It's like, we already knew that's kind of the pressure or the push that AOL was going for with ad-related stuff. That was the reason why Joystick disbanded. Is because they weren't conforming to their new ad systems that they were working on.
Not that, but you also have to remember that part of AOL was sold recently to Verizon.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So the fact that they're still doing partnerships means that they're not looking to just sell pieces off, and they still want to maintain some sort of presence or integrity as a company. Integrity, I mean together, not as in honest.
Yeah, it's not part of the business plan.
Just gonna put that out there.
The last thing I really wanted to bring up, and I think Devin said that we had talked about this vaguely before, but I guess that Heroes is actually going to come back.
Yes, Heroes Reborn.
I still don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I absolutely loved the original season. Maybe I could say a little bit about the second season, and then it was bad.
So the good news is, writer's back. Tim Kring, the original creator, writer's back.
I saw that, which is why I'm like, okay, maybe.
Horn Rim Glasses is back.
Right, fucking morally great, awesome.
Matt Parkman's back. Psychic Detective.
Parkman?
Matt Parkman, Psychic Detective. Name? Yes.
Oh.
Mohinder's back.
Assuming that he's not retarded, I'm okay with that.
Hero's back.
I mean, of course he's back.
Right. Micah's back.
Okay, that's cool.
And there was... I think the Haitian is back.
Yes! The Haitian! I love the Haitian!
So what I like about this is Nikki's not back, because her character was terrible. None of the Petrellis are there, because they all sucked. No Siler makes me excited, because they just ran that character into the fucking ground. I don't know. They got the startings of something that actually matters.
I mean, they still need somebody that fills Siler's role, then.
They need a villain, sure, but it doesn't need to be Siler. And the character started cool, but you can never do it right again, because it's just so fucked.
I'm just saying you need to fill that role somewhere.
Did he end up being a good guy or some shit?
He was a good guy, then he was a bad guy, then he was their brother, then he was not their brother, and it just fuck you.
They fucked all of the things.
They really did.
Giant dildo bad.
It's because they didn't want to fire Zachary Quinto, but honestly, they needed to kill him and fire Zachary Quinto. He just needed to die, and then it needed to be over, and then they needed to move on to something else.
Yeah, I mean, so, anyways, the point is, I heard this is coming out as an official thing. It's actually happening. I might check it out.
Is this a reboot? Is that what they're doing?
Yes.
It's a reboot. I might check it out. I don't know if I want to get burned again.
They're doing some stuff at Comic-Con. It's in Indigo Ballroom if you want to try for it, Eduardo.
Let me fucking know.
You know what? I was only mildly a fan of the other one, so yeah, if there's nothing else cool going on, I'm down.
And I'm glad this is actually airing on, NBC or whoever the original network was, because from when I first heard about this, it was going to be an Xbox Live series.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but then they fucking X'd that whole Xbox TV nonsense they were doing. Yeah.
Anyways, I mean, that's the random little bits that I got.
Eduardo, E-News us.
I've got E-News. I've got quite a bit of it, but I don't think we'll get to it all this week. I do want to bring up some very specific things. So, Apple Music, big launch. Huge errors.
Isn't that called iTunes?
No. This is their streaming service. I see what you're trying to do there.
You guys.
Oh, it's so funny. The one cool feature that I do like is that you can stream directly to your iPhone without needing... directly to your iWatch without needing an iPhone. So they're like, oh, well, maybe we should give that device a purpose. So, yeah. So that's kind of cool. Moving on from there.
Just the review that I saw on that thing literally just said, works well, too many features, really muddled.
Yeah.
Apparently they didn't just try and up all of the other competitors like Spotify and Pandora. They just made a version of all of their products with the iTunes library. There is an on-demand, pick and choose my song kind of thing that costs $10 a month like Spotify does. There's a streaming thing, just like Pandora, that you can create stations on. There's a radio solution that has predefined stations that just plays. They just made one of everything, mashed it in a ball, and went, here.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's what they've been doing with, the iPhones and stuff, where they're like,
well, also
we're not going to support that. And then, the new iPhones are like, no, we have it.
They had them, they put them all in one place, but apparently it's so clunky and muddled that it just feels like you have a home for several different apps.
Yeah. But anyway, so there's that. There's two really quick confirmed titles for upcoming movies. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is actually just called Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Okay with that.
That was leaked.
I'd rather have that than Guardians of the Galaxy fucking...
Wait.
Schmucko's Revenge.
Justice.
Wait for it. No. Independence Day 2 is actually called Independence Day Resurgence.
See, Independence Day...
They waited 20 years and came back!
So yeah, it's actually... they released the plot, and what it is... the Earth has banded together and started adopting a bunch of the technology to make some sort of Earth defense, and yes, aliens come back, but I think what the plot was, they're trying to make it sound like the force that originally hit Earth was less invading, more really scouty, and these new the new people are the big ass fucking badasses, and now we gotta fight them with their own technology, woo! But anyways,
get fucked.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm still gonna watch it. All right, talking about comic books too. So it looks like DC is still going through making the Vertigo properties into movies, but they're no longer gonna do it. WB is going through with it. They're no longer gonna do it under the WB Film Studio. They're transferring all of them to their new line, the subsidiary studio, and one of the main reasons is the speculation is so they can make them a lot more adult, because a lot of the Vertigo stuff is a lot
darker.
Yeah. It's a lot more dark.
Even compared to how dark the current DC stuff is, nah, dude, Vertigo's straight fucked up.
Yeah. So the weird part, though, is that Justice League Dark, they're still keeping under WB. Probably because of the Justice
League.
And sad news, Del Toro has dropped out of the Justice League Dark project. I'm not surprised.
It's pretty much dead in my eyes now. There's no point in watching it anymore.
It's been cited that it's just scheduling conflicts. He's involved with too many other things. He's got Pacific Rim 2 going and a number of other little projects. So he dropped out.
Gee, does it sound like maybe they're trying to rush a movie just to whip it out and capitalize on shit instead of waiting around for somebody who's actually passionate about a project and will probably write a much higher quality script?
Es posible. Alright, so there were some pictures that I actually wanted to show you because I thought it was cool. Did you get the pickup?
Yeah, I can get the image up here.
So, I don't give a shit about the project itself. I didn't watch the first one. But TMNT 2 showed pictures of... on the set.
Oh, so these are actually going to be theirs? I didn't realize these were for the movie. I thought these were fan-made ones.
No. These are on TMNT.com. They are part of the movie, and honestly, I think they look cool, but I don't know if they really Bebop and Rocksteady enough.
Yeah, I don't look at these and immediately go, oh, wow, that's Bebop and Rocksteady. They just look like two kind of dopish motorcycles. There they are.
And I saw them and I was like, oh man, those look cool.
There they are.
And I thought it was going to be a fan thing that, the guy with the bat cycle. And then, you can find them at tmnt.com for the people who are listening to us via the iTunes. But yeah, they look cool, but I still don't give a shit.
Oh, I just now realized that one of them actually just says Bebop on it. So, that helps.
Alright, so moving past that...
can we please?
Yes, we can. So, the drummer for Journey got arrested for rape, among other things.
She was just a small-town girl living in a lonely world.
Apparently, he was the lonely one. Actually, here's the problem. I've read a couple different reports on this, and no one can decide yet whether if it was his wife or his girlfriend. But apparently there was a weapon brandish, and at first he only got arrested for domestic violence and, let go on bail. After they investigated, they arrested him again for rape, and now no bail is allowed. And this is after the guy had already been kicked off the tour for some other issues that he was having.
Rape-related issues.
I was going to say
he gave somebody a Cosby cappuccino. What can we say?
I don't know what that is.
Yes, you do. You know what a Cosby cappuccino is.
There's a Monopoly movie going forward. I'm not going to tell you the details. We'll save it for next week. But I just don't.
Really?
I don't know.
After all that shit with Cosby, you don't remember the cappuccino?
Yeah, he used to drug him via the cappuccino.
Cosby. I heard you saying cosmic cappuccino, and every time I said it back to you, I was saying cosmic.
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing.
Jesus.
Let's talk about like cosmic resonance and karma, whether you believe in it or not. So Donald Trump is running for president.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there, we don't have to care. But during one of his speeches, he actually went as far as calling Mexican immigrants thieves, rapists, and criminals.
He said, "I'm sure some are okay."
Yeah, exactly.
He really did say that.
The best part was, like, I'm paraphrasing, but the best part was, like, he led with, they are this, except for a select few.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, it wasn't like, well, some of these folks are okay, but a lot of them, he was seriously like, these people are thieves and rapists and horrible people. I'm sure some of them are okay.
My gardener's fine. But yeah, so it's coming all back to bite him in the ass because he's involved in the Miss Universe and the Miss USA pageants and all that. Yeah, he can still do them, but everyone is dropping out from airing them. So all Mexican news stations networks are refusing. Univision's out. NBC's actually pulled him. They no longer want him to host Celebrity Apprentice. Yeah, he is suing all of them, is what it sounds like. But everyone's just pulling out like crazy. I know, unmanly. Haha. But actually, Macy's is no longer carrying his products.
His show's been canceled.
His show's been canceled, and he had a huge project in development with like a separate studio. And they just happen to have one of their biggest financiers be a Mexican businessman.
Ooh.
Like, multi-millionaire guy who was just like, no, it's just not happening. And because he has this majority share in the production company that was going to partner with Trump, they were like, yeah, we're done here. So it is costing him a lot. And the reason it's so funny, I don't think if this is ironic, but how people normally use ironic is...
Oh, you mean improperly?
Yeah, exactly. In the same
also known as ironically?
In the same speech, he talked about how much money he had and how much money and assets he had and all that. During that I believe it was the same speech. And now, you're not going to have that much money. He's just not. Yeah, and that was a very fast version of the relevant stuff.
You mean the giant fuck-off list you sent me earlier?
Back to you. No, I didn't cover everything.
Well, I think that's
I'm looking at it.
I think that's gonna be it there, guys.
Is it my time to get on the corner?
When I say dance, you best dance, motherfucker. Alright
guys, with that being said, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, all that fun shit. If you want to catch us on all the things that we're part of, we have a website. It's 5dpodcast.com. We are on the Facebooks at /in5dpodcast. We also have an email, 5d@5dpodcast. These are all with the number 5, by the way. I always have to mention that because it could be, a problem. We're also on YouTube with 5D Podcast. I do put these episodes up generally next day. I don't edit them or anything, so they're literally just a raw data dump. We also are on Twitch. This is something you should check out. It's lives on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Although next week we might be late. Or not at all.
Yeah, we're not sure.
one of us will tweet it out. So you can get us on Twitter, which, by the way, is 5D_podcast.
Shababow!
Within my own goddamn whoring. Woo! On top of that, I am Figbird4885, and although Cosplay Fiend hasn't been here, this might be my last time for mentioning him. That's Tyler. Maybe we'll get him back. Maybe we won't. You guys should send him a bunch of fucking hate mail. Say, get the fuck back on the podcast.
Piece of shit.
Exactly. So go onto Twitter and hit Cosplay Fiend with your Twitter bomb saying, hey man, why you want on the 5D podcast?
That's right.
Where the fuck you been?
Yeah,
Biatch.
Lastly, we are on iTunes. We go up live Saturdays. You can give us a rating there, which is helpful because then we know if we suck or not. Because I'm pretty sure we need to know that. With that being said, look forward to hearing you guys from next time.
I do have a couple more things here.
I swear to God.
No. Tomorrow night we are gonna do 5D&D.
Yes. D&D will be tomorrow.
So we will be here. Another thing. Bonsai and I, Devin and I, will be at Comic-Con starting next week. So if you guys are at the event and you want to get drinks or something in a very well-lit area, because I don't know any of you fuckers, hit us up on Twitter. Let us know where you're going to be. And we've got passes for the whole event. So we'll be kind of running around like crazy, but we're still going to try to get drunk at least every day. Just going to put that out there. So don't forget about that, and we will try to keep the coverage going, so check our website for just little news and tidbits, and then we'll see if we can keep up with all the craziness.
Yeah!
Now I'm done, bitch.
Last words?
I think
Scary Face Kid? Okay,
Cosmic Cosby Coffee.
That's exactly what I have. Well, it's partly what I have written down for a title here.
A.k.a. known as the Rape Stone.
On that note,
thank you for stopping in. See you next time.
bye.
Bye.